go straight to newspaper update this morning. And this one does a very wonderful job for us at that this morning.
Thank you very much.
Adesua Omorwan.
Okay, I'll try.
My name is Adesua Omorwan.
That's nothing close to Tundu Victoria MP Abiola. Or if it is, we're welcome, but I'll try my best. Thank you so much. We'll begin with this day, of course, which is the newspaper of records, like it's always said and known. The boldest headline this morning, how 80 Katsina Islamic pupils were rescued, say police, military. APC governors urge security agencies to protect Nigerians. That's the rider for that. Other headlines on the front page. INEC proposes law to curb frequency of by-election, proposes settlement of pre-election matters before polls, and FG plans supplementary budget for COVID-19 vaccines. Rufai, you mentioned this earlier, but there's a yellow strip down there. Igbo leaders seek legal backing for rotation of presidency. We also spoke about this this morning during the news review. You're getting double for this day today when you get it. It's a bulky edition, and that's because inside you get the special commemorative edition of this day. That's the Arise Fashion Week that just ended. It's colorful, it's beautiful. You should pick a copy. And moving on to the New Telegraph. Both headline there, MPC members fret over deposit lending rate gap. Rewane, that's Bismarck Rewane, the economist, foresees 2021 bank mergers and acquisitions. With widening disparities between lending and saving deposit rates, the DMBs are smiling at the expense of ordinary citizens and SMEs, he says. There's a lot to read from the New Telegraph. Above there, it says the military, police, how we rescued 39 schoolgirls from bandits. There's a disparity in the figures. Some are reporting 39, some are reporting 80. You also have the awardees for the New Telegraph. You can pick a copy to find out. Moving on to the Daily Trust this morning. Second wave, low testing as COVID-19 ravages states. Only 0.4% of Nigerians tested since February. Test cost 50,000 naira in private clinic. NIP SSDG dies. Niger speaker, more VIPs in isolation. And of course, the recurring headline this morning is the abduction of the Islamia students in Katsina State. Presidency controversial statements of 2020, chaos at airports over flight disruptions. That will be in the UK and other parts of the world with those bans in place. Daily Independent. We have abandoned our manifesto, DG, PGF, that's the Progressive Governors Forum, tells the APC leaders. I think it's about time somebody reminded the APC. Says security, economic challenges eroding party's electoral viability. Propaganda won't alter reality that citizens are not getting their due. And of course, like I said, the recurring headline this morning is that the military has rescued abducted children in Katsina, even though the figures vary. And CBN tracks IMTO's bid to frustrate diaspora remittances plan. That's the front page of the Daily Independent, and there's so many more headlines there. Nigerian Tribune. It's a busy front page. New variant of COVID-19 causes concern worldwide. Netherlands, Australia, Belgium, Italy bar flights from UK. Atiku wants Nigeria-UK air travel suspended. Kaduna imposes restrictions on places of worship. Asks workers to stay home. And reinforce your capacity to secure Nigerians. APC governors tell IGP service chiefs. A multiple piracy attack. Rock Bonny Waters threaten NG Vasu. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, federal government constructs 4 pedestrian bridges in Ibadan. And of course, above the nameplate of the Nigerian Tribune, how 15-month border closure almost ruined private sector. Why Buhari ordered reopening and the abduction of the school children in Katsina. Finally, let's go to the Daily Times. Daily Times is leading with this one. Sam Ida Isaiah to be buried December 28. Funeral obsequies begin Wednesday. Obsequies begin Wednesday. Above there, Britain insists EU should move in Brexit trade talks. And many more on the front page of the Daily Times. Finally, guys, the Daily Sun. Army police fight over rescue of 84 students in Katsina. We rescued 39 students, say soldiers. We worked with vigilantes. The rescue students says police. FG builds resettlement cities for IDPs in Katsina, Zamfara, Edo, and Borno. And 2023, how Igbo can actualize presidency, says Ayin. Many more are there on the front pages.
So I'd like to start with that story, that last story on the front page of the Daily Sun, and I'll just take it real quickly. And I want to talk about the need for cohesion between, parastatals, government, paramilitary parastatals, and the likes. Army, police fighting. You see, we're missing the ball. The ball is the fight against insecurity. All hands must be on deck, not personal gratification. We're so quick to say, oh, it's the army that did the work that rescued the boys. After the governors came out to say, oh, it was the work of the negotiation of Governor Matawale of Zamfara and the governor of Katsina. We are so quick now to see two authorities, the police and the army, fighting over who rescued. You see, there's this saying that a man sees a snake, a woman kills it, provided the snake is dead. Because all I see is a fight, for personalities. They are clashing, which is not necessary. And that's why we see a lot of misinformation here and there. That's why somebody told us that at first there were 10 boys that were kidnapped from the school in Katsina, in Kankara. Afterwards, he came to apologize afterwards. So there's a lot of disunity and personality. We need to harmonize all the system. It's not the time that army and police should be fighting. The fact that just 24 hours after rescuing those boys and giving them back to their parents, that another attack was attempted is a slap on our face. I'm sad this morning.
Well, quickly, I'll take off from there. The fact that barely 24 hours after the Kankara boys were reunited with their families, we had a case of another attempt to abduct 80 school children of Islamia school, and also 4 persons, 12 cows in Wandume local government area, and Machuta community in Katsina State. Just shows how serious the problem is. What it means is that the Buhari administration may have succeeded in rescuing 344 children, but that does not mean an end to the audacity, the terrorism of bandits and criminal elements who seem committed to an attempt to continue to sabotage the government and the people of Nigeria, because it's not just about the government, it's also about the people. So what it means for government is that while government is jubilating, at the same time, government must know that this is a continuing problem that we have to deal with. Now, second issue that you brought up in the newspaper review, you said former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said that Nigeria should consider suspending travels between the UK and Nigeria. Well, that's for the authorities to determine. And it's not something that can be made as a political or emotional statement. It is for the Nigerian government to look at the weight of the problem. Matt Hancock, as I said earlier, is saying, oh, we have a serious problem in the United Kingdom. But the authorities, Charles Whitty, who is the chief scientific advisor in the UK, says, look, it's not as serious as people are putting out, because, look, it doesn't affect anything. Nothing has really changed. But it is important for every country to take necessary precautions. So I think that the Nigerian government, because of our affinity to the United Kingdom, because of the huge volume of traffic between Nigeria and the United Kingdom, should expeditiously look at the issue and advise the people of Nigeria immediately. Because there are children who are going to school. Some went in September, some are going in January. Parents are already having anxiety, a lot of anxiety. We need to be properly advised. Finally, Sam and Isaiah, you mentioned them. One of our own who passed, who died. He will be remembered as one of those major contributors to the promotion and the practice of journalism in the last moments of the 21st century, the 20th century and the early moments of the 21st century. He was a dedicated man. He was a pharmacist who took interest in journalism. His own father had worked in a media house, and the father used to take him to the office. Maybe that was the root of his interest in public affairs. And he rose to become a major voice and a major contributor to the conversation about Nigeria. He was a columnist. He wrote columns in Daily Trust. Later, he went ahead to establish his own newspaper. His newspaper was a thorn in the flesh of the Obasanjo administration. It was, a fledgling, 8-page, 16-page publication at the beginning. But he developed the entrepreneurial spirit and he built it into a major newspaper, and he remained consistent. He later went into politics, but he will be remembered as a man who gave opportunities who provided opportunities for the younger generation, and he was a major player in developing the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, and also in positioning the newspaper as a major instrument of interrogation, conversation, engagement in Nigeria. He will be buried on December 28th. We miss him greatly because he was one of our own, and he was one of the shining lights of our profession.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Bassi and Rufai.